When the nutritionist came into the room the morning after my heart attack and shit, I had a massive fucking heart attack, a widowmaker. I had an 80% chance of dying for those who came in late to the story shit. So it was a real nerve-wracking event for everyone in my family. To be honest, it didn't hurt me at all. I was never in pain. That's how those things happen. Like for years, relatives have dropped dead from a heart attack and be like, how do they not know? I was at the epicenter of an event where I didn't feel like I was going to die. I just couldn't quite catch my breath and shit. When I went to the ER, I told the doctor, Dr. Layton, who saved my fucking life later on, he goes, how you doing? And I said, I'm good, I just can't quite catch my breath. I can breathe, but I can't like go to the top and come all the way down. He goes, what's your pain level? I said, what do you mean? He goes, well, 0 to 10, what's your pain level right now? And I was like, -3. And he goes, you're not in pain? And I said, no. And he goes, oh, then you're doing it all wrong. And I was like, doing what wrong? He goes, having a heart attack. You're doing it all wrong. Because you're supposed to be in a lot of pain. I was like, I'm not having a heart attack. He goes, right now, massive heart attack.
Oh my goodness.
So we gotta get you upstairs to the OR and stop me. He's going, before you go though, I know you're a comic book fan, aren't you? I said, I am. And he goes, they got a name for this kind of heart attack they're having. It sounds like a comic book supervillain. They call it the Widowmaker. And I go, why? And he goes, fucking seriously? He's like, because in fucking 80% of the cases where the patient is having the exact same heart attack you're having right now, with full fucking included LAD, the patient always dies. He's going, you're gonna be in the 20%, because I'm good at my job. He took me up to the fucking OR, disappeared into my crotch, and made magic. That's how they do it, man. Like, when I met somebody here today who I started for, and he told me he had a heart episode, and they cracked his fucking chest open and shit. That's the way I thought it was done. But when I went in there, that's not what they did to me. They went through my femoral artery, which is right here in the fucking groin. That's how they put a fucking thing all the way up to my heart. He fucked up my heart from down here. Apparently, you know, they're like, the way to a man's fucking heart is his stomach. Bullshit, it's his dick. Literally. So, fucking, they're going through my femoral artery and shit like that. And I'm laying in the ER looking at the ceiling, going fucking really like existential. Like this may be the last fucking ceiling I ever see. 80% chance of dying. Like those are terrible fucking odds. And every time I start working myself up, I just look down and I see this little old man's head bobbing up and down. And I'm like, well, this is not how I thought I was gonna die. But fuck it, I leaned into that shit. So he saved my life. And he came into the hospital the next morning and shit. And I said, oh my God. And he goes, how you feeling? I said, I'm feeling grateful. Thank you for saving my fucking life. He goes, you didn't make it easy on me. I said, why? And he goes, I had to get into your femoral artery, which is in your groin. I said, yeah. And he goes, but you wouldn't take your hockey jersey off. He's going in and covered that area. So I would hike your hockey jersey up, and then you'd hike it back down.
Aww.
So I'd hike it up, you'd hike it down. He goes, I thought we were on a first date. That's going, well, that last night was my nightmare. He goes, what, fucking almost died? I said, oh God, no, not that. I said, my nightmare is being in a hospital type situation. And when they put me out, the doctor says to all the nurses, everybody take your cameras out, let's take a picture of Silent Bob's tiny dick. And he goes, you said that last night. I said, did I? He goes, you were very concerned about it. He said, you got body shape issues. I was like, I do, man. I was like, I got body shape issues, man. I was terrified. I was terrified of somebody seeing my dick. And he goes, well, last night we all saw it. What do you think? And he goes, not bad. So I'm going to keep this guy as my fucking cardiologist. Anyway, he told me, he's like, I'm going to let you leave the hospital as soon as you talk to the nutritionist. And the nutritionist just wants to speak to you about your next steps. The nutritionist comes in and she goes, okay, saw your labs, spoken to the doctor, and I've seen what was told out there. And you might want to consider eating a vegetable. And I was like, well, how do you know I don't eat vegetables? She goes, I saw inside you, there is no broccoli happening there whatsoever. And my kid, who had been vegan for a red hot minute, about 3 years at that point, she was there. She was so concerned I was going to drop dead. And she goes, yes, Dad, why don't you go vegan? And I was going to fucking go vegan. She said, eat a vegetable. And I'm like, you're saying eat all the vegetables and shit. I said, you've been vegan 3 years. And I'll be honest with you, kiddo, it looks hard. Whenever you go out to eat, you can't find something. She goes, that's because you keep taking us to Morton's Steakhouse now. Like, just taking us to many vegan restaurants. So for her, I was like, you know what, man? I'll try. I'll give it a shot for fucking 2 months and shit. 8 years ago and shit. I've been vegan ever since. Recently, I saw my doctor, and the doctor told me you're fired. I said, what the fuck, you can't, no, you fucking can't, it's Kevin's good. And he said, you don't need a cardiologist anymore. All that veganism fucking healed your heart.